at that. See how it just puts that scaling pattern on? Just one at a time. I can see the swim baits now. All right, here it is. The Angling AI Dead on Plastics warehouse. I'm really upset that there's not a giant picture of my face on the building by now. Come on, guys. So I'm encountering a weird white substance on the ground that I'm not really familiar with. Somebody help out a confused Floridian. Is that snow? Welcome back to the world's worst fishing, everybody. I'm Chris Jones, and boy do we have some exciting content in store for y'all today and the following videos thereafter. I've got 3.5 days in Michigan. There's snow on the ground. There's a big semi truck pulling in. I don't know what's up with that. I think it's some aluminum stock delivery. But we are at the Angling AI and Dead on Plastics headquarters. This is where all the molds are made. This is where all the plastic is, mixed from the raw buckets, or the drums, packaged and shipped out. We're fixing to go do an Angling AI tour. I literally just got to town. Josh himself picked me up from the airport. Yeah, Clark really thinks he's something with his fancy truck here. All right, we're walking up. Eye protection, well, I've got on sunglasses. But anyway, let's see what's in here, y'all. Hello, gentlemen.
Hey,
yeah, fresh from Florida. So y'all got a little bait station before you even get in the building.
Didn't like the warm weather, huh?
I didn't. Well, I like the warm weather. Okay, so you got a couple pots going.
We're taking these to Florida for the big bass tournament.
That's right. Yeah. Okay, so you're going to Florida.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
Well, I just came from Florida. It's lovely.
And I'm just here.
Oh, check this out. Yeah, so they actually use their molds here. I guess that's their private stash. Well, what's going in here? Well, at ease, guys. Whoa. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. Let me find Josh. All right, everybody, we are now inside. This is the owner. He's a handsome man. And tell us a little bit about your company.
Well, humble beginnings, and first of all, thank you for coming into the shop, and welcome to Angling AI.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a little bit of a history of AI, kind of how we came up. Then we're gonna walk around the shop and look at some things. And originally, back in 2010, I started my little company that made molds.
I didn't know it was that old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not know that.
We turned 10 years old during COVID.
During COVID.
Right?
Congratulations.
July of 2020 was our 10-year anniversary.
Beautiful.
So I worked in my basement. I kept my head down. I just worked on making good products and word of mouth, and I slowly kept building to the point where I needed to get into more of a commercial space.
Yeah.
Right? And the space that was available was literally right here.
Just this corner?
This little 12 by 14 corner. And I brought my little mills in, and I just kept my head down, and I kept making little molds and going here and there. And as I started building and getting a little bit bigger, I had to figure out how to do more with what I had.
Yeah.
We'll pause just a little bit because those machines are gone. I don't even have those machines.
Yeah. Okay. So those are out.
Now we have the staple of any machine shop, which is Bridgeport and email. We can do lots of things. Currently, right now, we are making two broads.
Two broads
for that. About 2,600 of them is what we're working on right now. As we go throughout the day and we have some free time, we're starting on our two broads. And
awesome.
Then we also have the station here where we're, once the molds are made, we're putting the bolts and the pins and then the eyeball inserts for some of the.
This is part of the finishing process.
This is inline or on the production floor part, right?
Ah, okay.
So you're on the production floor. Once the molds come out of the machine, they're not done. Right?
No, they're not done.
We still have to deburr. We still have to make sure that do a final check to make sure there wasn't a small little hiccup in the tooling or something didn't catch right. And once we do that, then we're gonna go over here and we're gonna polish them up a little bit. And when I say polish, we're gonna make sure that every little hole has a little bit of a chamfer on it.
Yeah.
Then it's been no burrs, taking that stuff off. And then what we'll do is we'll deburr all the holes and or put the little eyeballs in if it's an open pore mold.
Yeah.
And then we take them, and I promise you, every mold we make gets washed. We wash and scrub every one by hand because I don't want that coolant on there.
Yeah.
And so our biggest problem after that is keeping our fingerprints off. I needed an automated machine. I was sitting here doing a lot of manual stuff, and I made a decision and I picked an automated machine, and what I want to do is I want to take you down to the first automated machine that I purchased here at AI.
Yeah, let's go look at it.
We're gonna walk backwards, try not to flip. We'll keep going through here. And it's affectionately known as Blue. I kind of called it Blue because I'm a little old school, and if you remember the movie Old School, he's the old man.
You're my boy Blue.
You're my boy Blue?
Yeah.
He's the old man, and he has made more products than anything else. When I bought him, he had over 20,000 hours of runtime.
Wow.
I can promise you now he's probably got at least 30,000 hours of runtime.
So this was your first mega machine.
This is my first machine. And what that did is it allowed me, being that it was automated, it left me a little more hands off. Now, are they cheap? No. I again, kept my head down. I kept putting the money back into the company, and I literally liquidated everything I had, and I bought this. And the day I went to run my very first mold on this machine, I can promise you the engine in my truck blew up. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I thought I was actually done and over.
Right.
And I talked to some of my vendors, and I said, listen, here's where I'm at. Is there anything you can do to just help me along a little bit, maybe give me a better price? And we started making molds, and we started selling orders, and ultimately I could walk away from this machine a little bit and do a little bit more drawing. Yeah, right.
Do more other things.
Put a couple more products out there, and it got to the point where like, oh my gosh, I'm doing nothing but running this machine. I can't do anything, right? So that was approximately 13 months after I bought this.
You started to outgrow it?
Yeah. Oh, well, I did not outgrow it. I just couldn't get the capacity out of it, working 7 days a week. And I'm like, what the heck? So I bought another one. And I bought the mini mill.
The mini mill. Mini me.
This is mini me. So
mini me.
He's not as functional in terms of versatility as Blue is, but the mini mill is what gave me more time to make more molds and then go back and draw more products.
But y'all still run this one all the time, right?
Oh my gosh. This one right here, at times we will set up and it will only
do just one thing.
It will only run one mold for like 2 weeks. I think this is about the time I started my own YouTube video because I wanted to start getting information out. How do you cut tube tails? How do you shoot this mold, this and that? And this guy named Brad Hardy, I got to meet him.
Yeah.
And he introduced me to this kid, this guy, I call him a kid. He's a great friend of mine. His name's Chris Jones.
The ginger.
He has a little YouTube channel called World's Worst Fishing, right? So we started working together.
Yeah.
He's done me great solids. I've provided what I feel like is one-of-a-kind content. And at that point, we started growing together. And I always told Chris, we'll help each other out and we'll grow. And that's the best thing you can do. So in 2019, we bought 2 more machines.
Those two?
These two.
Okay.
And in July of 2019, April of 2019, we set these down, and I didn't want to name them. I was going to name them Hans and Franz, right? Now I'm dating myself. But ultimately, here's orange and here's green.
Orange and green.
Orange and green. Okay. Why? I don't know.
Yeah, come on, that's Miami colors. That sucks.
They all have their own thing. So it was at this point in 2019, I'm running 4 machines. I'm doing all the shipping. I'm doing all the drawing, all the customer service. I'm still a one-man show in 2019.
With 4 machines.
With 4 machines, and I'm working 7 days a week, and my wife forgot who I was.
Right.
We're still married, don't worry about it. Once 2020 hit and COVID hit and people were going home and wanting something to do.
Yeah.
Or maybe finally saying, you know what, this is a perfect time. I've been watching Chris's videos to get into my own bait making. You know, we started growing.
A lot of people got into the hobby.
A lot, and got into the hobby.
During
COVID. To the point where we were backlogged 6 weeks, and I had to do something. In and amongst COVID, it took a couple months before I could do anything because everything was shut down on a manufacturing level. We could come in because we were doing some Department of Defense work, stuff I can't talk about.
Yeah.
But once things opened up and manufacturing opened up, I bought 4 more machines.
Yeah, let's look at them.
Flip around and let's take a look.
All right.
We doubled the size of the shop. And now we have 5 full-time employees.
Okay.
And people that have probably left jobs that we're gonna leave.
Yeah.
Jobs that they weren't really happy with, and they walked into an environment that I told them the only person allowed to stress is me. Right? If you want to walk in being stressed, you want to walk in with an attitude, then this isn't the place to be, because I came from corporate America. I used to work and run jobs that were, my portion were $30 to $50 million in terms of, I used to build really big buildings.
Right, okay.
Right? So I didn't want that environment. I made a choice to say, that's not what it's gonna be, and this is what we've built. We're running 8 machines, we're doing well, we're loving life. Every time the phone rings, I get to talk about fishing.
All right, y'all, this is my favorite part. I've seen pictures of this on his Instagram account and just personal text messages. So this is the production table?
Yeah.
Okay, so when your order says on production floor,
Correct.
it's either in a machine or right here, essentially.
That's
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And
So these are orders that will be mailed out today.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. And we are perpetually milling or making and working on anywhere between 8 and 15 orders at a time.
Right.
Right?
Okay. Look at these ectocrawls, man. It's like a whole row of them.
A whole row.
That's so gorgeous. Oh, and for those of y'all who watch my channel, you'll recognize these. That's the new action worm. We have a couple open pour versions of it here. And then some of the injections.
5 calf.
Yeah. 5 calf, 10 calf.
There is a 4.1 inch version of the action worm.
Coming soon.
It's ready to go live. I was just waiting just a minute to try to see where the orders were going to go, but we're probably going to release that here in the next week or two.
It's 4.1. It's crazy. They are so busy that we have had to like postpone releasing new molds to you guys simply because of production times. So, you know, that just...
We don't want to try to get back into 6 weeks.
Right. They'd rather hold off releasing a mold than release it, and then everyone's sitting around waiting for weeks to get their molds. So, you know, that just speaks to a little bit of the volume coming out of here.
Yep.
And
we'll fill this table 3 times a day.
3 times a day.
3 times a day.
This table gets filled up, boxed up, and out of here. So now we're going to take a little bit closer look at the machines and look a little bit, we're going to go a little bit in depth on how these machines work, and we're going to watch a mold be born. All right, so what are we about to see happen here? We have a new plate in.
We got a new plate.
This is going to be a 5-inch open pour swim bait.
And we're just going to change tooling and continue. We paused the program.
Yeah, we paused
clean
it
the windows up a
so
little
that we
bit
could see
because
this.
The first tool makes a big mess.
All right.
And this is just the rest of it, and we're going to be making one of Chris's favorite molds.
This is it for me, people.
This is the beginning of the 5-inch open pour.
All right, we're about
Ready?
to watch a 5-incher get born.
Big tool.
Little tool.
Little tool.
Oh, that's...
One more tool. Here we go. Plop.
Okay.
This is the beginning stages of the 5-inch open pour.
All right, yeah, all that coolant gets pretty messy, but right now it's just boring out the shape,
Yeah,
right?
we're just roughing out.
Okay, so this is called roughing out.
Yep. So
Right. So
using a bigger shovel before we go use the little shovel.
Yeah, so it's not going to do any of the scaling or any detail till it just gets the material out of the way.
This is what makes the bigger chips.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this throws aluminum all over the place.
Yeah.
Very cool. Look at that thing go. That right there is eventually going to become somebody's masterpiece hand pour swim bait. So you can, I mean, it's only been just a few minutes there. As you can see, it's really carving out what is basically the rough shape. and then it's actually gonna, I think he said it's gonna drill the eye socket where the eye is gonna be punched in later, and then it will start putting detail in. So we will meet y'all back whenever it kind of gets to the next step.
So I just got notification.
New tool.
They're gonna come out here.
Look at this.
Upgrade.
Now it's putting that little section in where the hook slot insert fits. Check that out. It just carved that out in like a second. Look at that. This is fascinating to see, you guys. So right now it's drilling the hole where the eye socket inserts. Yeah, see? Yeah, check that out. Oh, tool change.
It's gonna be a creature bait that we're gonna start from scratch.
Yeah, now it's gonna really, I think that smaller tool cuts that eye socket perfectly to size. Look at that. See how it just puts that scaling pattern on? Just one at a time. I can see the swim baits now. Look at that, it's gorgeous. And this is like a religious experience for me. All right, so we're gonna cut away from this and show you what the next step, okay, there's the little fin right there. We're gonna show you what happens after it comes out. All right, so this guy is the real brains behind the company. Show us what happens once that comes out and it's done.
All right, we're gonna go through the process of deburring.
Deburring.
5 inch.
Okay. Champering out, or just getting burrs out.
Yep, getting the eye ready. Taking care of the hook slot.
Just little fine pieces of aluminum coming off. Yeah. So, you know, what stands out to me is, you know, how automated it is, but there's still a lot of hands-on that has to be done in order to finish them to the right standard.
From there, we go over to the drill press and take care of the rest of the business.
Okay, so now that is exactly as you would get it. Obviously, it still needs the eye pressed in,
Yeah.
but that's done from here.
Done from
It-
there.
It's being washed.
It doesn't need, oh, and yeah, and
We have to wash it.
apparently it gets washed too. So it's really cool to see this, right, turn into that right before your eyes. So that's basically a little snapshot of how the machines take an aluminum plate and turn it into something that we all know and love. All right, look at all this aluminum. These are the plates that you start with.
Yep.
So the employees, whenever they're about to run a mold, they'll come select the correct plate.
That's correct.
Okay, all right,
These
so,
are these
yeah.
are the blank slates. I don't know. Somewhere there's a mold in there, and all we got to do is peel it back in a way to come out with it.
Right.
At one of my other facilities, this is where we cut our materials. We don't have enough room here to do so we have we cut our materials.
So these are cut to the right size,
Yeah,
not in this building.
Yeah,
Okay.
we spent a lot of time developing our system and our machines to just bring stuff in so that here in the production facility, we don't have to consider doing that or, you know, just jumble it all up. So we do that, then we bring it over here, and this is just where we're doing our production. So,
Right.
there's a lot of molds here, and we'll go through them quite a bit. You know, we do a lot of things off-site. Core shot rods. How many core shot rods? Well, we make our core shot rods with one of the machines that I created
Yeah.
and invented. 10,000 at a time.
Oh my God. Okay, so if you order a core shot mold in the next millennium, the rods for it are right here.
Well, maybe a millennium.
Maybe. Good Lord, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, knowing him, he'll probably shoot right through those. So this is actually,
There's another rack of different
right, this is rack number 2 of aluminum plates.
And so we have to be really conscientious of, like, what new molds do we come up with? Well, does it involve creating another size? Do
Another
we have
plate,
to put
right.
another plate up on here? And, you know, efficiency and able to maximize all that, you know, we try to utilize everything. And
So you can get several different molds out of the same size plate. So the same size plate can make a number of things.
A long time ago when I was in college, one of my professors, his name was Russ Stevens. He always told me, if you're gonna do something, make it look like you meant to do it. And I've just really captured that phrase, and so yes. So when people ask me, you know, hey, can you make an 8-cavity stinger mold? Yes, I can, but I can sell you 3-cavity stinger molds cheaper than I can 1 8-cavity, for the simple fact that I can maximize my production. I can, I'm getting my plates, and I'm purchasing and manufacturing at a complete level.
Right.
That's a lot cheaper.
Sure.
Is that easy? No. It's not easy, because you got to figure out what am I going to squeeze in and how am I going to do that. So
that's a good example. Yeah.
This is the beginning, right?
Yeah.
We just looked and we went through the process of like making the things.
Yeah, we actually went backwards.
Yeah.
This is where it starts.
This is where it starts. Now, the very last thing to production is, where does the rest of it go? Let me tell you something. I'm gonna have you guys follow me over here. I'm 6'2", 240. This is a big tote.
Yeah, that's a full-size tote.
And I won't cuss. We fill this tote up with shavings, and sometimes we do screw up. I will tell you that for sure.
Oh yeah.
We fill this tote up every 7 to 9 days.
Good Lord! Now
with our recycle program.
This is all of the aluminum shavings that are taken out of your mold.
Right.
So
and we don't just dump them in there. We're packing it in. Right. There's a lot of air gap in there, but we're packing them in and making sure, because I don't need the.
And this is recycled.
Yep,
into
recycled
more aluminum products.
And it can go back and someday maybe be a part of a mold instead of the rejection of a mold.
This could be a mold again. Okay.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Right, so that's the complete production of it. There's one other thing that we do, and that's
box them
up and get them out.
So you can see this table, just since we've kind of started filming this video, has grown a little bit. And basically every mold that you see on this table is boxed up by one boxing maestro. He is actually the production manager of Angling AI. You know, whenever Josh has to run the business from the business side of things, he needs a floor manager, and that floor manager is this guy, and we're about to talk to him. So again, this is Ronnie. He kind of runs the ship as far as production. He will take the orders offline and delegate them to the machines, make sure that they're getting made when they need to be made. Talk a little bit about maybe what your day-to-day is.
Well, first things in the morning, I'll come in and get my computer booted up and see how many orders that we've gotten overnight, usually between 20 and 50 on an average day.
So just, you come in and it's like, boom, all this new stuff.
All brand new orders,
okay.
waiting for us to be fulfilled.
All right.
As everybody knows right now, we're a week to 10 days
out. A week to 10 days, yes.
So when somebody orders something, they go to the back of the line because we want first in, first out.
Sure.
Like food production or whatever.
Right.
So unfortunately, we have such a diverse amount of molds that we can't just make 20 of this one and 20 of that one.
Right. People would be waiting a long time until their mold hit production. Right.
So I'll load up.
It's all made to order.
Yeah. Yes. So at that time, they come out here on the floor, and each machine's got their own particular molds that they're going to make for the next 4 or 5 hours, whatever it is.
Right.
So once they get those molds made, they come over to this table.
To the production table, yeah.
And that's where I look to make sure on my order form, every
part
ready.
of the order is ready.
Correct.
Right.
Then I go.
So orders come up here in stages.
Correct.
So like if somebody orders one of this, one of that, one of that, it will build up on this table until it's okay.
So then I'll take that order back up to the office and print the shipping label.
Okay.
And bring them back out.
And that's where you bring here. Okay, so you actually put the little brass looking bolt. Okay.
Yep, the little thumb screws. All the hook slot plates for the open pores and our bloodlines.
Okay. So that's all done at boxing.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Sure enough. So.
Yeah, rods and things like that.
Correct.
Okay.
So I do all the ordering, all the plates.
Yeah.
All the nuts and bolts and pins and.
Yeah, that's all.
I'm pretty much in charge of everything that's on the floor.
So you are the final set of eyes before they go out.
Correct.
Awesome.
I'm the quality control. So
the QC, yeah.
I see so many different molds today, so I am human, I do make mistakes.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And some people know that I have sent them the wrong molds before, and or forgot one. So we do our best to make that right for anybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
So well, I appreciate all the feedback, positive and or negative.
Yeah, man. No,
we're growing so fast.
Yeah,
it's hard to imagine. I mean, we've tripled in size in the last year.
Yeah, where are you going to be in a year? You know.
Right,
so
right.
Okay. Well, awesome. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of show what is sort of the last part of the process. And you know, they have their boxes here, and they just recently integrated with UPS to give customers different shipping options. So as you can see, there's a lot that happens here throughout the course of a day. Okay, everybody. Thank you for watching this video. Very quick outro. Yeah, it's 13 degrees. 13. It actually might even be colder than that. So yeah, I'm frozen, but I wanted to come outside to film a little outro just because it's very noisy in the shop with all the machines and everything else that's going on in there. But I hope y'all enjoyed this tour. Really cool to see some behind the scenes stuff. We'll have, you know, much more content coming out of this weekend. So like the following videos in this series pretty much will all be filmed while I'm up here freezing in Michigan. I believe it got less than 10 degrees last night, and that's just horrifying to think about. So anyway, I'm gonna go back inside and warm up. Thank you guys so much for watching the World's Worst Fishing. Stay tuned for more great content coming at you from Dead On Plastics and Angling AI up here in freezing cold Michigan.